What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Run It Up podcast. Today I'm joined by Aaron, all the way from Queensland, and he runs his clothing brand called AWXP, if that's correct.
That's it. It's AWXP, or some people say AWX. It's either or. Some people can't even pronounce it. So
That's all good. And just to start things off, Aaron, just give us a little bit of a synopsis about yourself and the brand you run.
well, yeah, AWXP is just my initials. It's what I really want to do. I'm an artist at heart. I paint, and I also do architecture. So I think I'm just driven by design, and I thought this was the best way to get my fashion sense, my style out there. And it's just a fun process, man. I come home from work and I just do this. Makes me happy. If I can make some money as well, and also people can buy my stuff, and that's pretty much what I'm doing.
Yeah. And before we start, I did do a little bit of research on your website and on your socials on Instagram, and I do get, like, you can really get the feeling of you'd be more on the side of design, because in your website, on the about page, you do take note of the process. So you guys do all the printing, order the designs. I'm not too sure about where you source your clothing, but you also, was it tie-dye as well? So you guys are very much into the design and creative part of clothing brands as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is
Yeah,
super
I'm not really
interesting.
cutting and sewing, but I'm doing like cut and sew hats. But besides that, it's more just like what I used to do, which was paint and stuff. And I'm just trying to emulate that through clothing.
Yeah. And so how did you kind of get into the creative side and clothing, as opposed to maybe art, say like going a bit of an art route, as opposed to like other forms of expressing your creative side as well?
Well, yeah, that's a little tough. I think I was never a fashion guy, so I always did just draw and paint, and I always just posted that here and there. But I think it hit a point where I saw that I could wear what I make, and this was the way to express myself in that. So I think maybe a generic painter or a sculptor or anything else might be a harder route, and it might not get out too easily. So I think this was just the most quickest way to show what I had, really. And so that's why I just came to like paintings, and then fashion was what I already was doing. So I thought to put these two facets together.
Yeah. Do you have any like background education, or were you very much of an arts creative type in school and whatnot? Or was it more so just organic?
I always drew. I was always sketching at a young age, but I went to like a good school, and I tried to get a good OP, but I wasn't artsy ish. I didn't have like a background in arts or anything. So it's interesting that I'm doing this.
Yeah. It's very, very interesting, because a lot of the stuff you've posted and put out there are really, they're not all the same, or like they're not all similar, but they're all like different in their own way with the designs. And then what you do with the hats is really interesting as well. And it's just real different, because I've interviewed another clothing brand, and they've only recently started. Young guy named Noah from New Zealand runs Chosen Clothing. And
yeah, that was the recent one, right?
Yeah, the very recent one. And it's just interesting to see the different perspectives. So like he's on the more side of I guess probably similar to me, more like business. I'm not very creative or artsy. I try and learn and take little bits from different people. And then it's interesting to see from your perspective, it's more so focused on the creative side, which is interesting. And it's because it's different to what I do, I kind of like attract to it, because it's like I've never been that creative.
Yeah, exactly. And I think if you can run the business side with the creative, that would be the best partnership,
Yeah. Do you have much of a team behind you, or is it all mostly just self-driven?
It's self-driven, man. And I do get my friends for some photo shoots and whatnot. And like, I got a friend that does photos with all the lighting and stuff. So it goes back and forth, but it's predominantly just me and what I and my little
Yeah.
vision at home.
Yeah. It's same.
Yeah.
It's very same for me. Pretty much run most of the operation, and then whenever it comes to drops or when we do the vlogs and other forms of content, I get some of my friends because they probably look better on camera than I do.
Don't say that.
But and they just help out. Like I give them like beta tests, so designs or
Yeah.
drops. I kind of want to get their perspective. Sometimes they're like, I think they're a little bit too nice, so I need like I always asking for like the negative. What don't they like about it, or some stuff like that.
Oh, well, that's a big thing because you could just continue to do your thing, and if you get no
Yeah.
good criticism, you're just gonna maybe fall into a hole.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
your best friends are gonna be like, "It's good, man. Just
Yeah.
keep going. Do
Yeah.
this. It's a jumper."
Yeah, it's like you don't have to spare my feelings. Kind of like I need to. There's probably some bad things you don't like about it that I don't see it. That I need that perspective as well.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
otherwise,
yeah.
like you said, you kind of like just in your own void, like you're screaming into your own void, and there's no like there's no bounce back. There's no external thoughts other than yourself.
Yeah. You definitely need someone critical to give you opinions.
Yeah. So, how do you source or determine like clothing and what you want to put out next?
It's man, I'll give you an example. I was driving home a few months ago and I saw this older man just walking, and I would always see the same guy and he would always wear the same shirt. And it just looked like it. I just saw a blue shirt with 3 circles, and that just inspired me to design a shirt. And then obviously the end outcome was not 3 circles and a blue shirt, but that's how I start. So I'll just come home from work and see something on the streets, like 3 dogs, and they would all just like be in a position, and I would draw that up, and then I would produce that, make that into a shirt, and just take a photo. If I feel pants, I'll do pants or a hat. So it's
Yeah.
just all on the spot. It's just like, I guess it's that creative side of me.
Yeah.
I'll just pick something up and just go with it.
Do you get influenced by like season, like weather, like seasonal elements?
So I guess it's well, yeah, Brisbane's a little, it's hot as hell, so we're not going to do any hoodies soon, but hoodies come out in like, hoodies will be just 4 weeks. So I'll mainly stick to the general consensus of like shorts, t-shirts, hats.
Yeah.
But if I was somewhere else, like it would probably make a little more sense.
Yeah.
Like you could wear a singlet all year round if you're that guy.
Yeah.
If you want to be this guy.
Yeah. Because this year kind of looking towards 4 drops. So for the 4 seasons of the year, the first 2 drops we did. Well, to give you a bit of context, I started this brand. I think it was 2020, in the middle of 2020. So that first lockdown, kind of like studying a business degree, like pretty much halfway through, I was planning a trip to go to New York and train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu there at Enzo Academy at the Blue Basement, which is one of the best gyms around, with a mate of mine. New York gets shut down, or it's in New York, so New York gets shut down. It's probably like the epicenter of all COVID-related things. They were turning Hyde Park into a pop-up hospital, and so I kind of like dove into like the rabbit hole of clothing, and since then, so it's been
that's a big progression though.
Oh, it was
to fashion.
Yeah, it was like for people who kind of like in my inner circle, it's almost like 180, because I was more so everything around me was like surrounded by physical activity. So, but I wanted to go pro with basketball. Went to America, went to try out in front of college players, and then that wasn't panning out. So I had to fill the void with jiu-jitsu, martial arts, which was another 180, because that's something I never did.
Yeah, it's like team
and
sports, solo
team sports
combat.
into a individual sport, which is some people it's like almost chalk and cheese, but
Yeah,
I was trying like do stuff I never did, was nervous as hell, and then after that trying to pursue a athletic career, go into business clothing, kind of use my degree a little bit so you can
yeah.
kind of chip away that hex fee, and been about
We're not
18
gonna pay it
months.
back, man. We're never gonna
Oh,
pay it back.
I want to pay it back, bro. I want don't want that
Do we
hex
have to
fee
pay back? I have no idea.
unless you leave the country or you don't make $14,000 a year or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
but
well, I know mine's big.
yeah, mine's
5 years of uni.
yeah, mine's not cheap either because I did two courses. I did a diploma,
Yep.
sports management, and then I did like a full degree, 4 years in sports business, kind of like just a basic business course at a
Yep.
smaller uni, and then diving into clothing. First two drops didn't really have a plan. I kind of just learned on the fly, and so this year, I know bit of a tangent, but
How
just
many pieces are in your drops
um,
normally?
so learning from our first two wasn't really much planning. I was kind of like build it and they'll come, but just post clothing, everyone's gonna want it, or my friends are gonna want it, but it wasn't necessarily the case. So
No, it's never the case. You've
yeah, it
gotta
was
advertise it. I have no
mass,
idea.
yeah, massive reality check, and
Yeah.
massive amount of like my own savings, which made it reality hit a little bit harder too.
Yeah.
Um, First drop was actually called it like it was a hoodie. It was two crop tops for women,
Yeah.
two tees, black and white for men or women, and a French terry shorts. Five pieces actually,
Yeah.
and then the our last one it was just five pieces. So again, three t-shirts, black, white, tan, kind of like a khaki color, and black
Yeah.
and white shorts, like basketball shorts with run it up across the face. Um, those two drops weren't the best, but I feel like the last one was better than the previous. I just kind of like look at the positive. So it might have been the last one might have been better with marketing content, but not as good as sales. The first one might have been better in a little bit of sales because everyone wanted to jump on, or
Yeah.
the friends wanted to support. But the way we changed it this year, going a lot less, or trying to go very minimum. So if it's just four drops, very like maybe three or four pieces each drop,
Yeah.
suited around the weather in Sydney. And we're just trying to pump out as much content, as much value as we can each cycle. So like it's like 3.5 months between each summer, winter, autumn. Pump out as much content, much value as we can, and then on the back end, filter
I
through
feel like
sales.
the seasons in Sydney are a little more distinct,
Yeah, they are. So
a little
um,
colder than here.
yeah, so it's not.
Is it still summer there?
Yeah, it's still summer, but it's slowly getting to a bit of a cooler autumn
Yeah.
months. But the thing I like, what I like about Sydney is because between winter, autumn, you could always like rock some sort of bulky, heavy hoodie, and then when it gets into the later ends of the year, you can rock t-shirts, shorts, and
Yeah.
even springtime, maybe like a light crew neck or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that's
Well,
pretty much the gist of the brand and the background from our end,
yeah.
which is that was probably about a 10-minute rant.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
It's good to know. I think it's interesting that you think about it in like a business side and like a sales side.
Yeah.
I just don't think about any of that, which is bad actually.
Yeah.
I'll just drop something and I'll just love it for what it is.
Yeah.
And I'll just move on from there. So
Yeah.
and I think I don't have big drops at all. It's just maybe I'll have a lot of free time and I'll just make 20 different t-shirts and I'll just put it all together, model it, and just post it. So
Yeah.
I guess I'm not business minded. I'm not too structured. So whatever comes my way is just what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Well, I guess from our end or my side, planning and strategic goals and stuff and leadership and decision making is a bit more of the comfortable end. And so I guess recently I've tried to go into a bit of the creative side. So learning about colors and what
Yeah.
colors suit the vibe and the different times of the year, and what colors go well with the way people see it. So just learning about how red is like even just the basic, like red is the longest color on the wavelength, and I think blue is not blue. I think yellow or orange and that are the shortest wavelengths. It's like, well, yellow stands out more. That's why taxis are yellow in New York, and just little things like that. And
It's interesting, man. It's very
yeah,
interesting to see
yeah,
what different colors do to people's emotions, and
yeah,
also what, like, visually, you'll see a group of 100 people. 80 of them might be wearing black, and 10,
yeah,
10 of them might be wearing white, but then you'll see like one orange, and that
yeah,
chick will be the sickest chick.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just about standing out.
yeah. Because that's what I'm learning about. Kind of like trying to expand on the creative side as well. Learning from so like learning from brands from like Supreme, learning people from like Tom Brown, super creative, and I don't know if
Yeah.
you know Rude Clothing.
Yeah, rude.
Yeah,
They
Rude. So like watching
yeah,
interviews on Ruigi, I can't pronounce his last name to save my
yeah.
life, but the guy behind Rude, and learn a bit more of like the creative aspects. Because I feel like dropping like a black hoodie like this is like everyone like would rock black because makes people look slimmer. It's kind of like a safe option as
It
opposed
is
to
a safe option. It
yeah,
is.
yeah, as opposed to so like behind me it's a people call it sage. It's more of a pistachio green. So that's what
Yeah,
we're trying to
I
like go
agree
with.
with you.
Yeah,
Yeah. Pistachio.
trying to go with like a bit of earthy color, see how that
Yeah.
vibes. Because I'm more on the side of like try different colors, and then I
Yeah.
would put out a black piece because that's it's kind of like a lot of colors go complement with the black background, so like reds and whites, high vis colors. But it's kind of like to me it's
It-
like the safe option, the safe color choice.
yeah. I think it doesn't, in the end, if you've got some good ideas and good design and you market it well, you can sell black forever.
Yeah,
Maybe to stand out, you need to sell yellow tea.
yeah, yeah. But for me, like and for my mother's pretty intact with like she's not very she's not like a super into fashion, but she's got a good eye for picking out colors and picking out like colors and patty
Yeah.
pieces and stuff like
Mm.
that. And they're very floral, they're very light color, like those pinks and reds and whites, how they complement each other, and yellows. It's something I'm a bit into as well. That's why I'm trying to go with like these tones of
Yeah.
greens, storm colors, fades of blue and whatnot.
Storm colors, like
Uh,
dark purples,
they call it storm. It's like it's like a
like grays.
gray, yeah. But
Oh, cool.
maybe you know how to like describe it better than me. But to me, it's just like gray.
Storm.
Yeah,
No, I would say on the light side of gray.
yeah,
Just the
exactly.
light gray. Yeah.
Yeah, and
But I feel
probably
like the start to that is you've got to start to rock your own colors. So
yeah,
if you want to start to change it up, like, what do you like? Do
yeah,
you like blue?
yeah,
Do you like wearing a little bit
yeah,
of purple? And then from there you can influence your own style and then put that onto others.
yeah,
But if you think everyone likes yellow and you keep making yellow, but you don't dig it,
yeah.
you're like trying to sell something you're not sold on.
Massive,
So
massive, massive point. Because like I've heard I can't remember who I heard it from. It was from another person who runs a clothing brand, and they were saying never put out a piece that you wouldn't wear yourself, and
yeah,
more so pick colors that like shows off your personality a little bit. So it's not like just blacks and whites, but it's like lighter colors. It's different shades of colors, and you know what I mean? Like trying and can't remember where I was going, but like rock things that like relate to you, but also you would wear, because if you wouldn't wear it, how are you going to get someone else on board with?
yeah, like, how are you gonna sell something that you don't like?
Yeah, exactly. And that's not even like
Yeah,
business or anything. It's almost common,
yeah,
common sense, kind of.
yeah. And half the time I wear my own shirts,
Yeah,
and that's how I get people to know about the brand, because I'll wear something like this right now and they're going to be like, that's cool. I like blue. I like white. I like tie-dye. Where is that yours? And then I'll just move on from there.
Yeah.
But it's all, yeah, I think a genuine connection.
Yeah.
With
Massive.
colors
Yeah.
makes more sense.
So when it comes to the actual designing of your we'll go with the tie-dye. Do you do you do that all in your house? So like I think I've seen they wrap up the t-shirt and put it with like rubber bands, almost like a cylinder, and then is it like they drop dye into it? Is that kind of your process?
So there's so many ways, but yeah, I I do it in a certain Japanese style, and it turns out it's got these shapes, these geometric shapes.
Yeah, I like that.
Which is very interesting. I love it.
So,
but yeah, I do like the classic scrunch. You can just scrunch a shirt up, chuck some rubber bands on it, chuck it into the dye. Like it's. But then I also print on it, so it's it's a nice process, man. It's therapeutic.
Yeah. What is expand on like the Japanese style of tie-dye that you mentioned just then? What does that entail?
So it's all about angles, and so it's a certain way of folding a shirt. So
okay,
yeah, it's just a certain way, and you can do it in so many different ways. It's called Shibori style tie-dye.
Right. And as opposed to wrapping it, you just fold it in a certain way.
Yeah, so I guess you can see all those hippie styles, and they'll like, I mean, there's so many ways, but they'll like fold it and then move it so that you have these finger marks in them. And then they'll have like a little line down there with like Bob Marley colors coming from there. But yeah, this style is more of a fold.
Yeah.
So
maybe
they just coined it. They were like, we got the fold.
Yeah. Have you noticed when you wear the different types of tie-dye, people notice maybe the Japanese technique a bit more as opposed to the basic rubber band technique?
I'm not too sure. I feel like it's definitely not what's out here. So like I don't think you can find Shibori style tie-dyes here. But
yeah, right.
And I feel like most people are doing tie-dyes with like the classic, like the rainbow colors.
Yeah.
The ones that stand out, like the hippie colors. So
I
don't think people really know too much about this style.
Yeah. That's great that like like you try and you're trying a different angle onto like what people already kind of like mainstream with those hippie colors and patterns. Which is good. You're trying to go off your own lane in that.
Yeah, and like hippie colors will always sell. Like those like green, yellow, blue, I don't know.
But it's always like, probably more intrinsically like desire to try something different. Try a little different angle on what is a social norm and stuff.
Yeah. And I think if you've got to provide something with a new perspective, and that's how you can bring value to the world.
Exactly.
So, and that's why I won't just put down a normal tee and be like, boom, everyone wants this. But I'll do something with a little difference. Like one of my tees most of my tees have a neck logo, so it's just all up in here instead of just like here. Even though this one has it down there. So I just try to be different, because what's the point of making the same thing?
Well, it's kind of like you just turn to a bit of a cookie cutter type of system, and it's like you might as well just do what I don't know if you've seen on Instagram. It's like starting a business with no risk, and it's like go on to Etsy and find the cheapest clothing product and go to Alibaba and have all those like just kind of not cringe,
like a $1 t-shirt, sell it on Etsy, $15.
Like I get if it's working for people, but just from my perspective, trying to grow a business, grow a brand, it's like not all clothing brands have not all clothing businesses are brands. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of like
trying to, I guess. Yeah, no, definitely. I think if you're here to make money by selling clothes, then it's a different story between like, well, we all need to make money to live, but
Yeah.
I think it's also about the passion of it. And I think clothing is not the easiest way to make money. You can do so many other things. You can do like rubbish pickups, and you can
Yeah.
make more money in fashion in the
Yeah.
meantime. So if you want to do this, like, you gotta love it.
Yeah. Like, probably same reason you started, same reason why a lot of people started, myself, is it wasn't just to make money, because you can get like a government, get a government job that will pay you a fixed amount, pay you super, and you'll be kind of, I guess, comfortable, as opposed to going out on
That's
your
it.
own limb and
Yeah,
trying to build something that's bigger than money, bigger than yourself, um which is what I'm trying to do. I guess is what you're trying to do as well. From us, it's
yeah,
just it's trying to are you familiar with, I mentioned before, Supreme, how Supreme New York is, se- um they're centered around showing like the skate and the underground of what New York is. So for us, kind of take that similar concept, not so much skating, but like the subcultures of Sydney. So like artists, so like yourself would be artists, and
yeah,
musician, like musical artists, um, maybe even like counterculture people, people who are like up and coming personalities and stuff, is what
yeah,
is what I'm trying to showcase as well.
yeah,
And it's like it's bigger than myself. It's bigger than the clothing. It's yeah, that's the reason why I started a
yeah.
business, pretty
I
much.
know what you mean. Like, you've got to represent something, but I think I just represent like myself,
Yeah,
which is.
that's perfect.
But I
Perfectly
know
fine.
that you have to like in terms of Supreme, they're a skate brand, but there's so many other skate brands out there. I guess Supreme is just one of the oldest ones,
Yeah,
one of the ones that just made it through and just made like changed the game a little bit with the box logo and whatnot.
yeah,
So
yeah. Which is super
like,
interesting.
yeah, yeah, like I have a friend and his brand is about golf, and so he makes golf apparel,
Okay.
which is kind of sick. And so you can appeal to the golf industry, I guess.
Yeah.
But like, what's my appeal?
Yep.
My appeal right now is myself.
Yep. And
It's
that's
just
that's
like,
perfectly
there's,
fine.
yeah, exactly. But it's more just like I'm doing it for the love of design and love of art so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll
Which
find a subculture.
yeah. But I feel like people will
Yeah,
appreciate that. People appreciate people being genuine and putting themselves out there, and being authentic as well, which
yeah,
is don't know you personally, but I can definitely see that translate through your business and through the clothing as well, and the designs.
thanks. Yeah, I'm definitely who I am on social media. I can't help it. I'll make a joke. I'll make an inappropriate joke, and I'll like half the photos of just in my room taking a photo of me in the mirror. So like I can't hide that it's me.
Yeah, because if that's similar on my end as
Yeah,
well, because like I'm literally just sitting down in my room with just the clothing boxes of samples and that. Like I wish I had a
yeah.
massive studio and perfect microphone, and the microphone stand coming down, but
You have
I
a
just
mic though.
yeah, exactly, it's better than having no mic. It's just
Yeah,
doing the best we can with like what we got.
yeah, exactly. And I think this is amazing that we can even do this.
Yeah,
Like technology is great.
yeah, definitely makes it easier.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but just learning from this year, because I'm kind of going on more of the community building side of things rather than just try and push products in people's face and selling stuff. Is
Yeah,
have you felt putting yourself out there has been a bit easier or harder than
this year
anticipated?
it's I think it actually comes down. It's not easier or harder. It comes down to the amount you put out and like what you put out. I think if you have more time, you can market yourself better. And it's like I think it's all about marketing and also spending the money to make the money.
Yep,
And if
definitely.
you don't, like, you can feel it inside so hard, but if you just post like a little photo, no one's gonna notice. So
Yeah,
I don't think it's harder because it never was harder. I mean, I've been doing this for 5, 6 months.
Yep.
But I think it's only harder if you like, it's all a mindset. So you can
Yeah.
just make it harder for yourself, or you could just be like, screw it, everyone loves my shit.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna post more, and then my content's gonna be better. And then naturally you'll just pick it up
Yep.
and people will talk about it.
Yeah.
Like time is the biggest thing. So
Most definitely, yeah. Doesn't matter how
yeah.
much it does matter how much money and stuff, but like the time of the process and time spending on certain areas is massive, because it is putting
Yeah.
yourself out there for most people, me included, was a little bit nervous, because I'm very like hard on myself, critique myself a lot.
Yeah.
It would be anything from my voice, the way my face looks, the way I put sentences together.
Well,
I'm just like, trash, that's crap.
you're
Do
fine,
it
dude. You're
again.
so fine.
But like on the back end of that, it's like, if I'm not hard on myself, then no one else is gonna pull me up for it as well. So
Yeah.
it is bit of a balance. Sometimes harder than on some days than others, but try and
Yeah.
get people to relate to the brand is also
Yeah.
it's a very difficult part too, because you want people to, they don't have to buy what we're pushing out, but I just want them to,
To love it.
respect. Yeah, it's like respect, relate to the content, relate to someone trying to do something that's, insurmountable to most people's
Yeah.
comprehension.
And I think you can't always base it off likes and social media. You have to walk around, and when people come up to you and say something like, I love Run It Up, this is the shit.
Yeah.
You're doing so well. I think that means so much more than just a few likes online.
Yeah.
If your friends come up to you and say like, I love the last post, that was sick, they are more willing to tell other people.
Yeah.
And so if you really get someone on board, I think they're willing to tell other people, and that's how
Yeah.
the organic spread happens. But
Yeah.
if you want to pay and like do all like the ads and stuff, like you can find people and they're just going to buy the stuff anyway. But
Yeah.
I think organically, so you just have to be genuine, I think.
Yeah.
Or you could just do what everyone else does and like pay for ads and whatnot. And I mean, it's going to get somewhere. You put the money in, it's going to get somewhere if you have a nice design.
Yeah. But it's just,
Yeah.
because like the ads are funny, because I've heard different perspectives. I've done a course where they say, like, if you want to spend money on ads, like, they're not for Instagram, like they're not the best. You kind of want a return on what you spend, because everybody runs ads. It's so easy to run ads on Instagram. But on the other end, I've heard people spend a couple $100 on ads, and they've had pretty good outcomes from it. So like
it's funny. It's if you believe in your product and you have something unique and you make an ad, then you just show your product to way more people, and that's essentially what the ad is. So
yeah.
If you just show someone like the most generic shirt or whatever, or generic product that you're trying to sell, it's not gonna get any returns, rather than something that's just completely out there, like a crocodile.
Yeah.
A black crocodile and a pink shirt, that's
Yeah.
like someone's gonna buy that if you put an ad on that.
Yeah.
If 10,000 people see it. But no, like if they see a black shirt with like James, no one might buy that.
Yeah. But it's part of the game, part of running a business and being in that clothing brand realm. And it's like you said before, like the process and the grind of it is like I just love it more and more every day. Learning different aspects, learning from business perspectives and learning from perspectives of yourself, and seeing like creative sides as well. It's just love of the game.
Yeah.
Even
do you really feel the creative side sometimes? Do you like get inspired to draw up a logo or?
Yeah. So I'm not the best drawer, so I just use I had to get acquainted with Photoshop, because we use that for our content as well. So I think it's more so end of every year, or like the plan is like end of every year around December after our last drop is do all the next stuff for next year. So for me personally, I like floral patterns. I like flowery stuff. So I'll do that for this year. It's like that's more for summer, bit of a summer vibe. When it comes to the colder months, I'm starting to get into like bulky, or not bulky, oversized stuff with hoodies, crew necks. So I might do something that's a bit warm, bit like comfortable. I want like people to vibe with the way it feels and the way they look at themselves. Like they kind of boost their confidence a little bit, gives a bit of a pep in their step, and they vibe with it as well. Designs for that kind of stems from different
that
stuff.
would be sick. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I kind of mix it between the images and the actual garments itself, because we use AS Color. I'm not sure if you've heard of AS Color.
Yeah, it seems like good quality from here.
Yeah.
It's like quite thick. Yeah, I've used AS Color. It's a little.
Yeah.
It's not cheap. It's definitely not cheap.
Yeah. But I just like the way they've got a lot of variety. They've got a lot of variety with accessories. They've got tons of variety with t-shirts, hoodies, tracksuits, and it kind of takes out the process for us, like the process of actually designing garments, like the actual garments themselves. So like the length of sleeves, the length of the cuff part of hoodies, and like the rubber waistbands and stuff. Which
it's quite catered to a good audience. AS Colors are very good.
Yeah, and they come out with.
Hopefully they're hearing this.
Give a sponsorship. But and they've got like tons of colors. They're always kind of with new different colors. All their stuff.
They've got like 40 colors of t-shirts.
Oh, you could pick the first t-shirt and they've got, like hundreds of colors. They've got hundreds of like
ridiculous.
5X from small to 5X large, and men's, women. They got it's damn near endless what they got, and it kind of helps me for the design process as well, because I can see it. Yeah, I don't have to draw a croquette and then draw that on top of the croquette design. It's like it's already done. Put it in Photoshop. I can kind of map out, and then a lot of printing places use AS Color, so it makes it a whole lot easier as well.
Yeah, I'll have to ask you where you get it from later.
Yeah.
After this part's done.
But been doing this for like 18 months, you kind of suss out a lot of places as well. A lot of printing places.
Yeah.
We use minimum order places, because we don't have the demand to hold stock at the moment, which is
of course it's
frustrates me, because I want
to
that's
$1.
You probably can't see, but there's a white box under this one here with classic mistake of buying too much stock, hoping people are going to buy it, haven't bought it.
Yeah.
So we just use that for like promo stuff and giving out to like free samples and stuff.
Well, we should swap something.
Yeah. Surely. Yeah, for sure.
We'll definitely have to swap something.
There's fucking plenty of shirts in here. Like they're all bagged up, ready to go, bro.
Yeah.
And just don't want to take up too much of your time, because I understand you're probably like heaps busy, probably got a lot more designs running around in your brain.
A little bit of work here and there.
Yeah.
But always good to talk.
Yeah. So it's just like the last question, I kind of read it in a book, kind of like asking a lot of people when we do interview style content as well for Run It Up, and trying to implement it in when we talk to people on podcasts. It's like, who do you want to be? Like, who does Aaron want to be? Where do you want to, like, it is a bit of a broad question. It's like, who do you want to be in 10 years, 5 or 30 years time with the brand and with your creative side?
Man, I would love to drop everything I'm doing and just pursue fashion. I would love to have AWXP, in New York Fashion Week, all around Milan. I want people to wear it. That would be the ultimate goal, like my ultimate life goal, I guess. And I mean, hopefully that's in the next few years. But 30 years down the track, just fashion, man. I want to start to make some patterns. I want to make I just want to keep on doing what I'm doing, and also be successful and have opinion. and make it up some sort of ranks and just.
Yep.
So I guess I want to be and I want to live somewhere else, you know. I'm thinking short term, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's just like that's who I want to be.
Yeah.
And
That's
I just want to
beautiful.
be happy.
That's
Yeah,
beautiful, bro. Like try
yeah,
and get embellished with fashion and design and pursue it is it's beautiful to watch when I see like established brands. So been recently watching an interview with Tom Brown, TOHM
yeah.
Brown. So I didn't hear about him until, you know, the other day watching an interview, and just the way he is is so involved with the process, with the design, and the way he just gets a blank piece of paper. I don't know if you've seen him design, but it's almost like looking at hieroglyphics. The way he just gets shapes. He'll draw a circle. Circle means sweater. I don't know how he comes up with it. Half
Okay.
half a rectangle means outerwear. A line that looks like an S with exclamation points means winter wear, and he just draws it on a page. And I'm like, that's next level.
Oh, so he does that
Yeah.
to tell someone what to make this season. Is that it? Or
Yeah,
you
like
mean he just does hieroglyphics and then puts it on the wall? Everyone knows
yeah.
what to do.
So he'll put on like a paper just like that, all
Yeah.
these shapes on it, and then he'll take it to his designers where they draw the croquet and they actually draw it into translatable information. And it's just like something I would love to experience and just see different designers as well, see how they operate, see how they think as well.
Oh, exactly. I think it would be so cool to get in the minds of these amazing creative people, because then you can just take a lot of things out of it. And I
Yeah.
think just being near the guy for a few days, you'd be so much well off, you know.
Yeah.
Let's go, let's meet this guy.
Yeah, one day, little by little tactical wins. They win that strategic war.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite designer?
Uh
Or are you more into like the business side, like business fashion
most
designer
I've been
side?
mostly embellished with the business side because that's what I've studied. That's what even before business listen to podcasts about decision making, leadership, reading books on leadership, mostly leaders who've been in war. So a lot of like people who had to make decisions, which bit of a weird weird concept, but like the people who make decisions where actual people's lives matter, I kind of like have been a bit drawn to that because that's the
Like
apex of
actual.
decision making, where like actual consequences are at the highest level. But on the
Yeah, exactly.
on the other side, I'm not that, people who know me, I'm not that creative. I can't draw for shit. Couldn't even draw I couldn't draw anything to save my life. But I know that's an area of weakness that I need to
Yeah.
double down on, because decision making for me, you know, the more decisions you make, the kind of better you get at it. But on the other side, I need to get better at designing, learning from different designers. So kind of like
Yeah.
to answer your question, it's more so the Ruiji from Rude and Tom Brown at the moment.
Yeah.
And that's
No,
they're the
that's
kind of
great.
two that I draw inspiration from, because they're kind of like they're like yourself, they're more on the side of creative, as opposed, like they
Yeah,
probably are on the side of business, but they're more so textures, fabrics, design, colors, and that's what I kind of need to triple down on and improve that area.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too, man. I have
Yeah.
no idea about the business side, so maybe I'll leave that to someone else one day. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Ruiji, what a freaking cool brand. What a cool brand.
Yeah. And the way they get into like the F1 scene, and it's like very
Yeah, he did something
it's
with Maserati, was it?
McLaren with Daniel Ricciardo,
Yeah,
which was amazing.
that's it.
Yeah.
That jacket, man. I want that jacket.
Yeah. And they do like I think they did a helmet, or they sponsored something that was on his helmet, and it was like on the car as well. The F1 car, was like, oh, that's just so cool to see.
I just don't know how they get these things, man.
No,
They
no.
just come on.
part of the
on, man.
process. Part of the process to
Yeah,
figure it out.
exactly. No, exactly.
Well, Aaron, it was a pleasure meeting you. Pleasure talking to you, learning about
Yeah.
your brand. If you've got any plugs, give any shout outs, let everyone know where they can find you, your personal page or your brand, and just all your socials, and just give us a big shout out.
Well, yeah, just check out AWXP on Instagram. That's where I do everything.
Yeah.
So pretty much there. I've got a website, but just the Instagram is.
That's enough. It's beautiful.
That's
I would encourage anyone to check it out because it is filled with crazy. Well, I shouldn't say crazy, but interesting and intriguing. Yeah, like totally not normal things that you would typically see from a clothing brand, which is, I appreciate that. I can respect that craft as well. And you're doing only 5 months into it, doing a fantastic job, Aaron, and it's beautiful to watch.
Thank you so much for having me.
No worries, Aaron. I appreciate it, bro. I'll catch you pretty soon in exchanging some items,
let's
bro.
swap something for sure. Well, I'll look at your stuff, look at mine. You pick something, I'll pick it, and then we'll swap it.
Too easy, bro. I'll make some content out of it too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I appreciate it, Aaron.
See you, brother.
Thank you.